Hello, let's do the New York Times hard Sudoku for July 27th, 2023. I'm going to hit restart so my time's accurate, and also you can check the description for a link to play this yourself in the software that I use called Sudoku Pad. All right, I think I wanted to, actually I don't see, I thought I saw some stuff, but maybe not. Some like low-hanging fruit. I guess we have these twos. So we can put twos in one of these. It's not that helpful though. All right, let's just do some normal band and stack scanning. So, for example, we have these two sixes. So we're mostly looking for when we have two of the same digit within the same band or stack. This is a band, row of 3 boxes. A stack is a column of 3 boxes. And so we have these two sixes. Which means that the third 6 needs to be in the row it needs to be in the box that's not included and the row that's not included for those two. And so we're using corner marks to designate that these are the only 2 places 6 can go in this box. And the goal is that we will eliminate at some point one of these corner marks, and that will let us place the 6 because it'll now be a hidden single in the box. It'll only be the only place left to place the 6. So that's kind of the goal. So we're seeding the puzzle with some interesting information as we go, and maybe finding some hidden singles along the way. So we also have these 2 7s. So the other thing that I want to look for, which I'm not sure, I was looking for them right at the start and I didn't see much, but we want crossings. And what I mean by crossings is like, okay, there's only one set, or not, 7's a bad example, but there's only one 5, like looking into these 2 boxes, there's only one 5 in this band. But maybe there's 5s down here. So if we're looking at this 5, we would want to look at these 4 boxes and try to find 5s. And so that's going to be a crossing, right? So we have this 5 here, which also looks up. So in this particular case, it's not that exciting because there's still 3 spots left for 5. But often this will actually be the most powerful deduction you can find early on, because it may find you a hidden single and it may find you pointing that was otherwise non-obvious. So that's the kind of things we're looking for right at the start. That's how we found these 2s. So yeah, we're gonna move on from this band because there's not much to find here. It looks like we have 2 1s. So, and also this one looking in. So we're gonna put 1s here. We have 2 5s. The 5s go up here somewhere, and I believe those are the only ones that double up. Sometimes I just don't see. Like no matter how many times I scan, sometimes I just don't see it. But in this case, I think that's true. So now what we want to do is look for crossings. So for this 8, for example, we're going to look at these 4 boxes, right? So we have these 2 8s, but none of them up here. But these are the 4 boxes we'd want to look at. So this 8, it's basically just the ones that don't share the band or stack with the one that we find. So this 8 would look up with this 8, but that's no good. This 8 and this 8, they literally just see the same cell here. This 8 doesn't contribute anything. So that's not helpful, but that's the kind of thing we're looking for again. And oh yeah, so this 7 here, that's good, because this 7 and this 7 actually leave a hidden single 7 in this box. So that's quite nice. And once we place this 7, the most important thing is to look back at stuff that you've already looked at and see if that affects that. In this case, it doesn't, because we already have a 7 in this box. So this 7 sees stuff to the left and it sees stuff up. And because we scan kind of stacks downwards, those are the most important ones because you might not come back around and see it. So what I'm seeing here then is we should scan the 7s in this band again to see that there's now 2 of them and put 7s over here. And we would want to scan up, but there's already a 7, so there's no change there. But we may as well, while we're at it, since we just placed this 7 and we just saw that there's one up here, we might as well just skip ahead a little bit and see the effect downwards as well. It may save you a little time in the future. So that 7 was very helpful. And now that we've placed the 7, there might be stuff. This is really interesting geometry. And yeah, indeed, we can use it. So whenever you've got stuff like this, where you've got, especially if it's 4 placed givens, but basically you can see how this sort of looks like a pathway. We have like 1 row and 1 column that's open and nothing else. What you want to do is look at those rows and columns and try to find any digit in them that's not in this box already. So the 2 is what I saw. I looked vertically, I only saw the 7. But the 2, when looking horizontally in the row, the 2's looking in, so there's a 2 in one of these 2. And this is going to be very useful, maybe not right away, but it will be useful at some point. In fact, I think it is useful now, actually. This is what's called pointing. So What does pointing mean exactly? Well, I think the simplest way to put it is the 2s are here, so they can't be here. Hopefully that's clear, because if the 2's going to be here, the box needs the 2's here. So how can you possibly put a 2 anywhere else in the column? It would eliminate those 2's, and there'd be nowhere to put 2 in the box. So the 2's are here, so they're not here. Well, if they're not here, that's something we didn't know before when we scanned up here. So this 2 also looks in, and now we say, oh, hey, there's 2's here now. And then now these 2's also point. So the 2 is not here, and the 2 is not here, which was not obvious before. And so now we look at this box with this 2, and we can actually, sorry, I lost my highlighting, but these 2's look down, these 2's look down, and this 2 looks in. And so now there's only one place for 2 in the box. We can place this 2. That's really cool. Now, the other thing that I was looking for, which I didn't see, is if there was another digit besides 1, 5, 7, 8, along with the 2 in the same row. Because if there was, then we'd actually have a hidden pair, which is even more powerful. But in this case, we just got the 2s. So we're going to keep an eye out for something getting placed up here, or something getting placed in these that we'll relook at this box and see how that affects it. Okay, I am looking to see if there's any more crossings with these boxes, but I think we may have exhausted them. Okay, so now we're going to look at this band at the bottom. We have all our 8s. The 2's repeat. This is actually the 2 we just placed, and we didn't follow up on it because I was busy explaining stuff. But let's follow up on it now. So we have these 2's, and then let's look up as well. I guess there wasn't much to follow up on, because we already had the 2's vertically. So that's fine. We're going to look for crossings. Okay, yes, we have the same thing going on here. We have the 4 looking in and this 4 looking down. And so now 4 can only be in one of these 2. And this 4 does point up. And so that's going to do a couple. Actually, that's just going to place a 4. Never mind. I thought it was going to be pointing, but it just places the 4. So we can place the 4 in this box now. And so now what we want to do is we want to look up and down to see if there's something new. There's not going to be here. We can look left and right and see if there's something new. There might be. No, actually, this 4 sees the same cell. Like they don't. This doesn't contribute any new cells eliminated over what we already had in this crossing. So I don't think this 4 is doing anything yet. Although this column is now almost done. So we want to at least look at what 2 digits are left in the column. And when it's 2 digits left, it's worth marking. But in this case, actually, we do need a 9, and this 9 sees in. So the 9's going to go here, and this is going to be the 3, which is the other missing digit. So now we have this column completed. So what we want to do is we want to look at the 9, we want to look at the 3, especially in places we've already scanned. So and this is something you can kind of just do quickly and automatically. I mean, I'm sitting here explaining it, but it doesn't have to be all that involved. Just a quick glance to see, like, okay, where are the other 3's on the grid? Where are the other 9's on the grid? Does this interact with those? In this case, I'm not seeing anything, but I'm very good at missing things, so who knows? It's one of my best skills is missing, easy scanning. Let's see. Okay, but this 3 does join this 3. That eliminates these. So there's a 3 in 1. Oops, not all 3 of them. There's a 3 in 1 of these. Okay, I was going to relook at this. I think that's important because this column is completely filled. So we want to see anything that, we want to just rescan anything in these other columns. So for example, this 1 I'm seeing looks up. So there's a 1 in one of these 2, which is worth marking. We already have a 5 here, but there is a 5 down here. So we got the 1, the 5, there's 8s. Oh, the 1s and the 8s actually look up. So this is a hidden 1-8 pair. So what does that mean? Well, we could have seen this just by corner marking. So the 1 looked up, and corner marks 1's here. The 8's look up, and corner marks 1's here, or 8's here. And so now that signals that we have a hidden pair, or you can just see it right away by seeing both the 1 and the 8 look up, and in this box needs both of them, and only has 2 spots for them. But either way, these are overlapping corner marks, or they're just 2 digits for 2 cells, and so that means it's a hidden pair. If we had any other digits in these cells besides the 1 and 8, say I put a 3 here, which seems perfectly reasonable to put a 3 here at first glance at least. It even doesn't break this box. We could put a 3 there. But what it does break is eventually we're going to need a 1 and an 8 in this box. Eventually. Where do they go? Well, I can put one of them there, but the other one, it goes nowhere. So we have broken the puzzle by putting a 3 there. We just haven't noticed it yet, but it's already broken. So we better not put a 3 there. We better put a 1 or an 8 there. That's the only thing we can do. So that's what that hidden pair does. And that's going to make a pair here as well. This is a 2-3 pair, and the 3 is looking in. So we do the 2 and the 3. And this 2 does give us this 2. So those corner marks paid off that we did at the very start, because now we just immediately knew that there was a 2 there, and these corner marks paid off as well. We immediately know there's a 2 there. Now, I just placed a bunch of 2s, so we're just going to look to see. So the remaining 2s, if you look, are here and here. That's it. And that's not going to resolve itself. Something's going to have to come in and help resolve that. So I want to look at the 4 digits that are remaining here. We need a 2, 3, 6, and 9. This can't be the 2 or 3, so it's only 6, 9. And that makes sense, because this whole column is 6, 7, 9. I'm seeing the 9 looking in, but that's all I see. Okay, I'm not going to mark up the rest yet, although that is probably not. It's actually probably not harmful just to mark up the rest of these, because they're not really going to do much otherwise. So let's get the 2, 3, 6, 9. The 4 and 5 are here along with 6, 7. There's no 7, so it's 6 and 9. So 4, 5, 6, 9. Okay, this 5, 6 might come in handy at some point. The rest is whatever. All right, so I actually have not technically gone through and systematically scanned stacks yet, so that's what we're going to do now. So these 3s, for example, come together and put 3s in one of these 2. I really want 4 to do the same. Actually, we can do the same thing with 4s. This is interesting. So I noticed, this is actually difficult to notice with the marking scheme I have, where I don't corner mark like around corners. And so this 4 looked in and I saw, oh, 4s would be in these 3, but I also saw that 3s and 7s already occupy there. So if I actually do corner mark 4s there, it's a little easier to see that we have 3, 4, and 7 limited to these 3. This is actually a hidden triple. So it's really hard to see because we have the 3, 4 looking in, and then these 2 7s looking in that caused that. So it's a little bit non-obvious, but I did spot it thanks to 2 of them being only in 2 spots. So they ended up corner marked. But what this means is 3, 4, and 7 need to go in the box somewhere, and there's only 3 cells that can accommodate them. So that is a hidden 3, 4, 7 triple. And so we can convert those corner marks into center marks. That does mean that, yeah, we know the 7's down here, but it's not super important to keep those corner marks anymore. You could if you wanted to. And then we have 6 and 8 remaining, and I'm just doing a quick scan over here to see if they happen to be resolved, but they're not. Okay, these 3 are 1, 5, and 7. I see this 1 here. That's it though. So we're just going to mark it and move on. All right, we were vertically scanning, so why don't we continue that? The 6 now. So how did that happen? The 6-8 pair, right? The 6 and the 6-8 pair join up. That makes this a 6. This is no longer a 6. Oh, the 1 in this box is only here. We have this 1 looking in and this 1 looking in. Now that we place the 6, the 1 can't go there. So this is the 1. We have a triple remaining. Whenever there's just a triple remaining, I just like to mark it up, even if there's other obvious stuff you could see. The marking it up will tell you that too. So we need 5, 7, and 9. I can already see, just thinking about 5, 7, 9, that this 9 is going to put the 9 here. And then this is 5 or 7, which is not resolved. This 9 does look right. So now we have a 4, 5 here. This is kind of why I marked it up, is because it'll just get whittled down as we go. So this 9 looks up, this 9 looks in. So there's a 9 in one of these 2. We may be at the point, it's at least for this column, we can mark up. We need 4, 7, 9, and something. And I know it's 4, 7, or 9 and something because we have these marked. The 4, 7, and 9 are marked up in the column already. But what's the something? I think it's a 1. So 1, 4, 7, 9. I'm seeing 1 and 7 looking in. That's interesting. Does this do anything? No. It's not resolved. Okay. Let's just see if there's anything. 4 is interesting? Not quite. 4s can go here. So I'm seeing this 4 and this 4, and they almost line up with the 9s, but they can also go here. All right, let's look at this stack. We haven't worked on this stack at all, really. So there's 2 7s looking down. That puts a 7 one of these. Oh, this is a 5 6 7 triple. I just noticed that. That means this cell can be filled. This cell can be filled as a 1, and that gives us this one as well. Nice. Okay. The 6s go here. That's actually important. In this 5 6 7 triple, this isn't the 6, so the 6 is in one of these two. Well, if the 6 is here, then it's not here. So these are not 6s. Importantly, we almost have a 5 7 9, but not quite. This row needs 4 5 6 7 9, so the 6 goes down here. We could have seen that from rescanning. We didn't do much rescanning from all these digits we got. All right. We were doing vertically. Let's keep doing that. We got the 7s. All right, I'm actually just going to fill this. I'm going to fill the remaining digits here. I think we're getting near the end of the puzzle. We basically finished our scanning because this has already been scanned. So at this point, I'm just looking for some non-obvious stuff like naked pairs, naked triples, naked singles. Just finishing off entire rows and columns is not unheard of just by penciling them. So we need 3 4 5 7 here. So for example, the 7 in this row is hidden. These 2 7s see here and this 7 sees here. So this is the only place for 7 in the entire row. We can place that. We could have seen that actually by lining up these 7s. This box 7, it misses row 8, and in this box 7 misses row 8. So row 8 needs a 7 from somewhere, and it's not coming from either of these boxes, so it's going to come from this box. So we could have seen that. This is 3 4 5. I don't think anything sees those. This is 3 4 5 6, but no 3. So 4 5 6. So what's this 7 do for us? Not much, huh? Pretty much nothing. I'm looking for the next low-hanging fruit. These are 5 6. Oh, 3. We need 3. 3 5 6 8 9. Be any of those? Wonderful. Okay. How about here? We have 4 digits left here, so we need 3 4 5 and 6. Oh, this sees 3 5 and 6. So this has to be the 4. This is a naked single 4. So just to double check, it sees 1 2 3 5 6 7 8 9. That's pretty clear, just row and column. So that has to be a 4 because it's the only digit it can be. Gotta put something in there. So this is 1 8 or 9, but not a 1. So this is 8 or 9. We can clean up this 4 here. What's the remaining digits here? We need 3 5 and 6. Neither of these can be 5. You see the 5 here and 5 here, so that places this 5 and this 3. Places this 4. We can clean up a bit. So I got this 4, I got this 5. So this is a 3 4 pair. Nope, not 3 4, 3 6 pair. Is that helpful? Not that I can tell immediately. Probably helpful later. Let's see. So 2 3 4 6 7. Yikes, that's not 3. Not 7. Okay, I am going to pencil this because it's not 3 or 7. So the row needs a 2. We can't be 3. We do need 4. We can't be 5. We need 6. We can't be 7, 8, or 9. Okay. And it can't be 6 actually because of the 3 6 pair. In fact, okay, this column needs 3 and 6. Where do we get them from? It's actually a really good question. So obviously these aren't 3 or 6. This 8, 9's not 3 or 6. There's a 3, 6 pair in this box. They don't come from here. But we also have this 3 and 6 in this row already, so it doesn't come from here. So we need a 3 and a 6 from the column, and there's only 2 places the column can have them. So that's where they do have them. So that means this can't be 3, so it must be a 6, and then this ends up to 3. So we get 6, 3, and 6 placed for that. That's a 4. I really like that. I like spouting stuff like that without having to full mark. Even full marking, I think, it may have obfuscated the logic there, not helped. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 5, 8, and 9 here. The 5 does go down here somewhere, so that means we need a 5 over here. So 5's in one of these two. It feels like there's something I'm missing around here, but this is 4, 5, 8, 9. It's not a 9, so 4, 5, and 8. The 9's here. I'm going to just fill this quad for the box and then clean it up. So we have 1, 2, 3. We need 4, 5. Ooh, actually, I just saw right away that 4 is, thanks to my red marks. Yeah, we should have scanned the givens around it, but there's a 4 here already. So let's place that. Let's deal with the consequences first before we place more digits. In fact, that feels like it's just collapsing the whole puzzle. Honestly, I think it was the hidden 3, 6 in this column that finished us. Lots of avenues from there. Okay, 5, 9, that's an 8. Yeah, look how close to done we are now. This row needs a digit, but let's just look at what the box needs. The box needs a 5, that's up here. It needs a 8 and 9. So this is the 9, and this is the 8. There we go. All right, well, I think I spend a little bit more time explaining today. I don't do that every day, but this felt like a good puzzle to go a little bit more in depth. I think we are getting some new viewers, getting comments from people saying that, you know, they've been playing Sudoku for 3 days now and they're already feeling improvement. I love it. People saying they're beating their best times. I love that too. Welcome to anyone who's new. I hope this is helpful for you, and to the people who watch every day. I hope you don't mind every once in a while a little bit deeper. At least it wasn't half an hour this time. But I think it did help focus me. I don't really think I missed anything. I didn't really get stuck. I just spent time explaining. So this is a pretty good time for doing it plus explanation. I don't think it was a particularly difficult puzzle, but I do think that this 3, 6, if it was necessary, is a tough spot. Congrats if you did see that, or if you found another way through. That's also cool. And of course, if you enjoyed this content, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.